Welcome to Kolorflow Conversations, where we flow freely, speak boldly, and connect colorfully. I am Yukisha, and this is,
Takesha,
and welcome
welcome
to
to
our
our
girl
girl
chat.
chat.
Welcome back. I know y'all missed us last week.
Of course I did.
Did you miss doing the podcast last week?
I did not.
Oh, Takesha.
I enjoyed.
Yourself?
Yes,
Yes, I'm glad you did. My friend had a great Mother's Day getaway. Would you call it that, or you just say getaway?
I had a staycation, a out of town staycation, not Mother's Day related at all. I don't care nothing about no Mother's
I
Day
know you don't care nothing about it, but it was
because
during
it's like
Mother.
every day is Mother's Day. The switch didn't turn off today.
You're right. You're right. Every day is Mother's Day, and yeah. And you know what? I be wondering about that too. Like, why got to be like this specific day where we celebrate the mothers? I mean, it's nice to do, but if you're not like celebrating your person like all year round or whatever, whenever, just randomly, then that's sad.
Yeah, I don't think a man-made holiday should
Dictate. Mm-hmm.
celebrating someone. Period.
Do you feel bad if your son don't tell you Happy Mother's Day on Mother's Day?
I've never made a big deal about it, so most of the time he doesn't tell me Happy Mother's Day.
Mm-hmm.
I think like this year, being surrounded by other people knowing it, that he said it, but for the
He
most
said it
part,
this year, but yeah,
but
because
for
it
the
was like,
most
yeah,
part, it's not even a discussion.
really, and you've never felt any type of way about it.
Mm-mm.
Yeah.
My mother always loved it, so for me, I would do stuff for her because I knew how much it meant to her. But
Mm-hmm.
I never cared about Mother's Day. It actually, most of the time, it made me sad because it just made me reflect. Like, man, I wish I would have taken this decision to become a mother a lot more seriously.
It make you reflect.
Yes, that's what it has always made me. It has always made me reflect. And in a way where I'm just like, I don't know so much that I want to celebrate that reflection.
Wow. Okay, that makes sense. That makes sense because a lot of times when we have children, we don't think this far ahead at all. I think when you get pregnant, you think about just mainly the baby stage of that. And people who think further along than that, they can say if they have or not. But I know I didn't.
I definitely didn't. I think thought I was about to have a baby doll that it was just gonna be cute and gonna love me back. Not like one that I was gonna have to instill values and teach and train and understand that he's not necessarily a duplicate of me, that he's his own individual.
Mm-hmm.
Like no. Mm-mm.
Mm, mm.
Parenting is a huge responsibility
Yeah, very
that I
huge.
believe we take lightly.
I agree with you. I don't believe I take it lightly now, but I think I know that when I, chose to have children, that I did take it lightly. And maybe it didn't appear that you're taking it lightly, but because it's surface level stuff that you're celebrating, like, oh, you're getting big, oh, baby shower, oh, he's so cute, they look like you, and but once you pass those early stages that I think are very much easier. And sometimes it don't seem easy because it's still surface level stuff you deal with, like no sleeping or the child's teething or things like that. But when you get to the point where you really got to instill things that they're going to remember and know and learn and grow, then yeah, I don't think we think about that at all.
Mm-mm.
Mm-mm.
I don't think we think how much time it takes to nurture and parent like we should, like we need to. Because it's like the school ain't it. You know what I'm saying? You can't
Sure not.
expect them to learn certain things at school.
Mm-hmm.
And then even still, school, the way it's set up, in my opinion, doesn't even aim to all different types of children, if that makes sense. So kids still come home and struggle. And are
Mm-hmm.
you willing to sit there and help them or get them the help they need? Or are you just like, oh, they know what they're doing?
Mm. Mm.
How
Yeah.
involved are you? And at
Yeah.
what age do it be like, oh, I'm straight, I ain't doing that no more?
Yeah. Yeah. My mother, when I think about Mother's Day, my mother and how she instilled and helped me like during school time because I was not like a bookworm, so I struggled a little bit in certain subjects, and maybe this is where I get it from in my parenting. If she couldn't help me with it, she always got me some help with something. She always, she would sit with me and do work and help me study words and help me, study things. I remember that vividly. My mother sat with me and helped me, and then if it was something else that she didn't, she got me a tutor and paid for it and didn't mind it, and I'm sure she probably, when she had me, probably wasn't thinking that, this is something that I'm going to have to do in the future. Like many of us don't be thinking, but she really instilled like, that in me to be that for my kids. So now, when my kids, when they need some assistance and I see that they are struggling with something, I'm going to sit with them like, oh, let's sit at the table. Me and my son was doing it this morning, going over some of his financial aid stuff and we're talking to make sure he understand, making sure I understand, even though he is a young adult, I'm making sure that you're clear on the decisions you're making. So you're just not making a decision just willy nilly out here, So, and I think it goes on even through as they become adults. You never stop parenting. I don't think.
Mm-mm.
I don't
Mm-mm.
think I'm going to ever stop parenting. Like, they'll be making their own decisions, but if you are like that parent that they trust, they're going to always come to you for, some type of guidance or wisdom or something like that.
Absolutely.
So
Absolutely.
yeah, yeah. I agree though. We get pregnant, it's like,
I'm having a
oh,
baby.
what you do? What you gonna have? Do you want a boy or a girl? And when we think about, is that girl gonna be ratchet in the future? Or you gonna be like, oh, she done hit the streets? Or is that boy gonna be, whatever? So yeah, I know I didn't think that far, but yeah, Mother's Day, if your child is not showing you any type of love, if my kids didn't show me some type of love all year round, I would feel a certain type of way. Yeah, I know I would. Yeah. But I don't know if I particularly am like you, where it's like it's not like a big deal. I don't think it's such a big deal, but I think that if they did not say it, I'll be like, dang, you gonna tell me Happy Mother's Day? But on Mother's Day this year, I actually forgot it was Mother's Day that morning. My son got up, girl, and he jumped because he home from school. He jumped out the bed and then he threw on some clothes and he was like, I'll be back. He ran out the door and I'm like, what's he doing? Then he came back in the house and he went back outside. I'm like, what is the boy doing? Girl. Then he came in with a vase of flowers and some cards. And I'm like, oh, he probably forgot to get it earlier. And I was like, the fact that he ran out, like, oh my God, I gotta get her. That melted my heart. Like, oh, I was like, boy, you have to, rush out like that. But the fact that and then he put his sister's name on it, even though I know she didn't put no money in it. He put her name on it. So I was like, oh, that touched my heart. Like, okay, you thought about me and whatever. But yeah, I want to be celebrated all year round. Celebration to me is also your child respecting you and showing you love, talking to you, conversations, trusting you. To me, that's Mother's Day. So
Absolutely.
yeah, yeah. So that's all I got on Mother's Day. Because my friend had her staycation, she says.
Yes,
And you got rest?
I did.
You
I
feel
didn't
you
want to
do you still
leave.
feel well rested?
I don't know if I ever am going to feel well rested because I think my goal is to just chill.
Yeah.
It's like, what's your goal in life? Chill, spend
Yeah.
money,
Mm-hmm.
chill.
Yes. Absolutely.
So that weekend I was able to do that, but it was just like, dang, no, I gotta go back and I just can't just chill
Well, you
anymore.
look refreshed.
Oh,
You
thank
do.
you.
You got on your bamboo earrings.
Yeah.
So you never wear earrings like that. That's something like, look
Mm-mm.
at you.
I don't know what I was feeling it today. Like
You
let me
like
pull
feeling
out
you
the
feeling
big
90s.
ones. I was thinking about the 90s.
Well, you know what I want to ask you about because now we've both seen the Michael Jackson movie. So I wanted to get into that a little bit with you because I don't know if we've talked. I know we've talked about it a little bit, but we didn't talk like in depth because um, as I watch even videos about the movie now, like people are like reflecting, and it's like he's back at number one with his music. And this is a person that a lot of people who is enjoying him now wasn't even alive when certain things was happening. And when I watched the movie, and this is probably gonna be spoiler alerts if y'all have never seen it, so I'm sorry.
If you ain't seen it by now, I done seen it twice. Was trying to go see it 3 times.
Yeah, I'm like, if you haven't seen it,
Catch up.
yeah, spoiler alert. Um, he really, 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 that movie had a really spiritual connection to me with how um he was. I want to say how the movie was, how he was, because he was all about when you think about, and then I start thinking about his songs, Man in the Mirror, like loving everybody, human nature, just peace in the world, and just wanting everybody to get along. I was like, man, you just don't meet a lot of people that can translate their music across how they really just, feel in a positive way without cursing or alcohol or, you know what I'm saying, or drugs. It just was, he was seemed so pure, like he was always a kid to me, forever a child, like a childlike energy. What you think?
He was, because he never had a chance to really be one. I definitely think he carried childlike energy.
So when the allegations and things came up when he was alive, did you ever believe any of that?
No. But
Mm-hmm.
I also didn't follow it all like that either.
Okay. Okay.
Cause it's Michael Jackson. I know Michael Jackson, but my lane
And
ain't that
that.
kind of music.
Mm-hmm.
But
Really?
yeah,
Oh, you're right.
you know
Yeah,
that.
you're right.
Yeah,
Yeah.
this ain't a.
Yeah, I forgot. Yeah. So you knew him, but you wasn't like a huge
I
like
wasn't
fan of
like a
his
huge
music.
fan. Yeah,
Okay. So when they all
and
that,
not that I don't know, like not like I wasn't, but it wasn't like, oh my God, like
you've always been a hip hop girl.
yes, since
Yeah.
day one.
Mm-hmm. So you knew some of his songs and everything, but you didn't know like a lot of the background of what of him.
Mm-mm.
So was it? Did you ever watch the old Family movie?
Yeah, I did.
Okay.
I watched the movies just because I like, that kind of stuff that gives the, background or so to speak. I don't want to say documentary because they're not documentaries, but you know
No.
what I'm saying. But yeah, so I was aware, but not like I don't know, I just wasn't following it. Like what's going on with Michael Jackson now? Like
Mm-hmm.
I never thought that he did that because he never to me once seemed like that type of person.
No, me either. Me either. No. And
And the other thing
yeah.
about me too, Keisha, is I don't really get all off into that type of stuff in general. You know what I'm saying? Like when celebrities be in the news, I see what I see about it, but I don't never follow it.
Mm-hmm.
I think the only thing that I ever followed was OJ.
Really?
Other than that, I don't care what y'all doing.
Really?
Yeah.
I don't think I really knew that about you. Like that you didn't, I know you don't be like a celebrity news and stuff, but like if it's something like a big story like that, I thought that you probably would have been
Mm-mm.
following it or, looking at the news or anything like that. So you never really follow. So you don't even know a lot of details on a lot of that stuff.
Mm-mm.
That's
Mm-mm.
really good though, because you don't have no judgment about him or what, you just enjoy the.
Yeah, because like you're producing music for me to enjoy, me
Mm-hmm.
to watch the Thriller videos and stuff like that. Because that was the thing. I was always in the music videos. So seeing his videos and they would be like movies was always great for me.
Yeah.
But knowing what's going on in your personal life, I don't care nothing about that.
You know what I did notice more about him now, and I didn't know this back in the day. He was very blunt with how if somebody was doing wrong, he was gonna tell it. Like, and if it's something that he didn't like or wasn't comfortable with, a lot of people and celebrities, I don't think that they say it. I think they go along with, to become the celebrity that they want to be. But he was outspoken with stuff that he did not like, or if somebody was that he felt was the devil or was wrong. He was very outspoken with that, and I was like, wow, a lot of people now can learn a lot from him with being truthful to how you feel and still making it. And and he wasn't masking when it came to that. I think he had just overcome like maybe masking and he was just not going to mask. So I really enjoyed the movie. I didn't know that you didn't follow that though. That's interesting. Why you follow OJ?
I don't know, honestly.
You was watching the trial?
Mm-hmm.
Really?
I was all into that. I remember I was at Farmer Jack when they
announced it.
Yes, like, and I don't remember very much, but I literally remember being in a grocery store
and people start reacting.
Yes, but that's it. Like, other than that, I don't really like, even with the R. Kelly stuff and all of that, like how they had stuff on Netflix and stuff. I never watched any of that.
Really?
Mm-mm. I think the most I might have started listening to some stuff was Diddy, but I didn't even really get all off into that. It was just like whatever clips I may see and hear in passing, you'll watch it, is what I'll, yeah.
But you never like watch the documentary that's made or anything like that. It's like whatever you hear, you hear it and that's it.
Yeah, and that's it.
Really? Wow. So when you hear about, like, when you hear it in passing, like the R. Kelly or the Diddy, like, are you one of those people that's like, I'm not about to listen to R. Kelly no more, or you don't have any opinion on it?
Okay, so first of all, come for me if you want. If R. Kelly do a concert tomorrow, I'm buying a ticket. Okay?
Yeah.
I'm buying a ticket, a close-up ticket at that. I'm spending the money.
Yeah. Yeah, because he made some excellent music.
Yes,
yeah.
Loved him. Like, that other part, that's messed up.
Yeah.
But I also feel, again, parents need to be accountable on where your kids are and who they're around. We just can't be like somebody, a celebrity, and it's okay.
Yeah.
I'm just saying.
Because a lot of this, the stories that, when it comes to stuff like that, is where kind of where I said Michael was not, quiet with whatever parents will go along with it, so their child could become the celebrity or get the money to say, okay, it's all right, she would or he would, and let it go. Yeah, because ain't no way.
We know people now that we not gonna send our kids with. You think I'm gonna send my kid just because I know somebody is a celebrity?
Why do you think I traveled with my daughter so much? Because I was not going to allow her. I don't care who I know really well. I just don't trust people like that.
I don't trust people either.
Yeah.
I mean, my son's father went off on me because I was asking him something about our grown child.
Yeah.
So let's be clear.
Yeah. Yeah. Especially if you ain't been around and
yeah. I don't know you for real.
Yeah. So yeah, I don't trust people like that with my kid. And I got it to the point where my daughter would tell me, yeah, that person makes me feel uncomfortable. Or and the fact that I have it to the point where she'll say it and then we'll express it, and I'll say, have they ever? Should no, they never did that, but the way they look at me make me feel a certain way, or I am glad that she's comfortable enough to say that to me, because the way this world is, and she's pretty much an entertainer, I'm not gonna leave her out there to hanging to be like, yeah, going over there with him so you do. Nah, boo, I'm going with you. I'm going with you. I done told her, don't go to the bathroom by yourself. You take somebody with you. Like, come on, girl, I need you to go with me. I don't care. I don't care if I known them 20 years. I don't trust people. Family, friend, foe, whoever.
None of that.
Because a lot of times it's people that you know.
No. Yeah.
And yeah, for somebody who ain't been around your son, even though he is grown, you're always going to ask questions.
Yes.
You're always going to say, hey, I'm just checking. I don't care how grown he is.
I don't care how grown he is.
And will that ever stop?
For me, it definitely won't. It definitely will not stop. It won't.
He's the only child.
He's the only child, and I'm very protective. But even still, I'm like, the apple don't fall too far from the tree. My daddy the same way about me.
Yeah, you're right.
I was raised under this, so I don't know. You know what I'm saying? Anything different.
Yeah.
Like, someone needs to know where you at in your location, and if they need to talk to a third party to verify it, it's happening.
Because when you go somewhere, even you come to my house, you'll say, let me text my dad and tell him.
Yeah.
And you just 20 minutes away. You'll say, let me text him and let him know I'm with you.
I'm 20 minutes away and I'm 50.
Yeah.
And this man know where I'm at every day.
But see, that's why you got to get to know people, because if you don't know, somebody that's looking from the outside can think their opinion on that's stupid, you're grown, or whatever. But that's why when we talk about getting to know somebody for a while and becoming their friend first and everything like that,
you'll see certain traits or core values
yes,
or whatever it's called on how they function day to day.
yeah,
And because my normal is not your normal, but for
exactly.
me, this is normal. It was no big deal when I did that. So it was just like, oh, okay, hold on.
But also as a person on the outside, because my family is not really like that, but I can't look at you and your family and think that's stupid, he grown, because that's the way your family
Yes, that's
operates.
the way. Mm-hmm.
Child, listen, and it don't bother you that your father check on you. That feel like that's love to me.
Yes,
Yeah.
it's definitely our love language.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Do you think that that's something that you, I won't say should have explained or have to explain to somebody on the outside that's coming into your son's life?
Um, I don't think that that's something that I should have to explain. Um, am I willing to explain it? Yes, but I feel like it's how a conversation goes. When you go straight to attack, I'm not going to be able to give you any background because I'm instantly feeling attacked.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
You know, like, well, he grown. Oh, I've been here the whole time.
Mm-hmm.
I'm well aware.
Mm-hmm.
You know, so
Mm-hmm.
it was just like, I could have just was just like, well, what made you ask that? You know, like it all different kind of ways, and it would have been like, well, you know, look, I'm used to it. This is what's going on.
Even if he came off as a joke, like girl,
Yeah,
it would have been easier for you to
it would have been
explain.
easier for me to go into it, but because I felt attacked, I was just
Yeah,
like to this day, I'm still angry.
I
The
can tell. That's
I
how.
was hurt about it, but then one thing about me is quickly my hurt turns into anger.
So, what would it take for
I
you
can't
to?
discuss that on camera.
Okay, because you angry.
Mm-hmm. Let me just let the viewers know, don't make Takesha angry. No, but real talk, it was just like some things I feel like are unnecessary, especially at this point in my life. And I guess this is while I was hurt because I have been doing everything that I can to mend
That
our
relationship.
relationship
Yeah,
and be able to talk to each other like civilized adults and to be able to co-parent. Because my question is, when does co-parenting stop when you've only seen your son less than 5 times?
yeah.
If you've been there the whole way, I can look at this differently.
Mm-hmm.
I can trust you and know that there's certain things that you're going to do, but
Mm-hmm.
you haven't been here through everything.
Mm-hmm. And when you haven't been here through everything, and I see this in a lot of situations, the parent that one parent is the fun parent, the we just about to chill and have fun, and there's no lessons, because maybe because you think that person is grown or whatever.
Mm-hmm.
There's no um, significant talks or anything. There's always a fun parent. So a fun parent probably don't see what that as love. They see it as you overbearing, or you are, a helicopter parent. No, no, because you've been here and you done did it by yourself with a village, with small, but
Mm-hmm.
really, it's been you.
Mm-hmm.
It's been you. So, can't nobody take that from you. And the fact that you have been open, and I say this about you and my sister, the fact that you all have forgiven to the point where you want that relationship mended is a huge, huge deal. That's a huge sacrifice for you as a parent, because when you do that, then and stuff like this happen, it's hurtful, and it causes anger because it's like, dude, I've been on your side.
Yes. We're here because I've been on your side.
Yeah. Yeah. I've been on your side. So
and it's just like you don't really even understand like his point of view. I was talking to one of my friends, and she's the only child too, and her dad came into her life later, and she was just like, it's awkward for her.
She said that?
Yeah. And, she was telling me, she like, you don't understand it. And I'm like, you're right, I don't, because I didn't have that situation. So when I seen her, I was just like, well, now you can have those conversations with Jordan. I said, because he'll get it, because his dad is really coming in later in life. And it's just like, the dads may think like you're the dad, but these children are like still children that's going with the new person that they don't really know.
That they don't know.
So they don't automatically go into it trusting.
Yeah.
They still need that little bit of comfort with them near.
Yeah. Yeah. Mm-hmm. And that's a huge deal, man. I don't think that people realize.
Because she said that sometimes it was even uncomfortable, like hugging him.
Really?
Because it's just like this strange man.
Wow. And it's still awkward for her now?
Yes.
And he's been around for a little while.
But just a little while. Mm-hmm. And she's in her, I think, mid-40s.
Wow. And meeting somebody who, and sometimes when somebody meet a person like that, that person automatically think that you should just, I'm
just
dad,
jump right in, and I'm dad, and this is what's up. Like, no,
it's not.
It's not always like that.
It's not always like that, especially if you've been gone with no contact or anything. Which a lot of times the child feel like you didn't want me. Mm-hmm. So, but now you come around because I'm grown and you really ain't got to take care of me now. Now you could just have a conversation with me. Kids be thinking a lot of different things.
Yeah, like we have no idea what's going on in their minds, what they're thinking about. We definitely don't.
Yeah.
But yeah.
Your son don't know you're angry, does he?
No, he has no clue.
Okay. No and see, clue. That's you again protecting the other parent. That's a big deal because you could have said, hey, I'm not going back there with you no more. I'm not, and you didn't do that. You just dealing with it yourself.
Dealing with it myself.
Mm-hmm. That's and I know that's heavy on you.
Yes. Yes, it is.
I know that's heavy, but you want him to be happy.
Yep. And I don't want him to feel I want whatever decision he makes about me and whatever decision he makes about his father is based on his sole interactions, not neither one of us saying anything about the other parent.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Yeah,
and I've been like that since I've had Jordan, even through everything that's gone on. I've always been like, well, it's hard because he lives out of state. I've always said little things and not ever really went into, any details or anything. The only thing that I did recently tell Jordan was just like, now that I'm much older, I realize, like how we was talking about the parenting thing, I'm like, I realized like the decision that I made, like of having a baby, on how much it was a disservice to you. Like, granted, he's surrounded by love, but life could very well look different for him at the same time. So I did like admit that and tell him like the circumstances of me and his dad or whatever, because that's something that I had never even really, shared with him. But now that he's older, I've shared a lot and I've apologized for a lot, because it's just like, it's too late for me to make up certain things. But at the same time, it's not too late for me to be accountable for the choices I made, knowing how they affected his life.
Yeah, and I think that's what parents on both sides need to know, especially when you are not in a relationship, is kids want you to take accountability no matter what age they are. Your son is 30 years old, but I'm sure you saying that to him and taking that accountability, like, what, I made mistakes. I'm sure that just opened up a huge more of a trust factor for him with you. Like, my mom really cared about me. The fact that she let me know the mistakes she made. So I know that I'm still loved no matter what. But she realized, and she don't want me to make the same mistake, which is,
And that I'm all about stopping the patterns.
and that, yeah, I'm
And
trying
I
to do that.
truly believe that patterns don't stop unless you talk about them.
Yeah.
Unless you acknowledge that they exist. If you don't acknowledge that it exists and sweep it under the rug, it's going to be repeated.
Yeah. And we see it all the time.
Yes, we see it all the time. So I think it's very important to acknowledge it. I mean, nobody is perfect.
Mm-hmm. Nobody. And take taking accountability is admitting that you made a mistake, admitting that you as a parent did something wrong that affected your child. If you are not a big enough person to say, I'm sorry to your child more than anything, that just means that you are completely selfish, completely, for yourself. You don't care how it made you look. If you care how it makes you look, then that's a problem that you have to search within yourself. And, I have had that conversation with my kids, like, I don't want you to make the same mistakes I did. So I talk a lot about dating. And this is what I did that I know was the wrong way. This is what I don't want you to repeat the mistake I made. Relationship, marriage, even in marriage, I was like, I probably should not have been in that marriage. Thankfully, God blessed me with two amazing kids, but he gave me, to me and you, he gave us another chance to tell them and teach them how to get it right. Mm-hmm. So that's what my focus is when it comes to children. That's what, to me, Mother's Day should be about, teaching your kids. Spend some time teaching them kids. And a lot of y'all celebrate yourself when really your kids is jacked up because of we won't take accountability for our own actions.
Yes.
For our own actions. You all want to place the blame on other people or other things and won't take accountability. You didn't do that. And I believe that his father, I don't know if he's ever taken accountability with his son, but he should probably do that.
I don't know if he's ever either. And I mean, it doesn't matter, but I imagine, I make the assumption that he probably, like, looking back, like it was me.
When you say me, you talking about you?
Like I was the problem. Like I shut him out. I'm pretty sure that's, how it was. But which in a way it might have been, because we was always, arguing. And when you're arguing and then you're in a different state, it's easy for me to just be like, I ain't got time for that.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm already emotional. So then to bring the argument and that version of me that I was, she did not care at all.
Mm-hmm.
Like, we nipping that in the bud. And he spent so much time being upset with me about being put on child support, when I told him, like, that wasn't something that I just said, oh, I'm about to do that. Like, I was getting assistance.
And they ask. Yeah, they're going to ask, who is his child daddy?
Like,
where he at?
Like, you don't even know the things that I had to go through.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Like, sorry, I had them food stamps and paper ones. Mm-hmm. Like, I've been in the trenches.
Mm-hmm. Girl, that's a story right there. That's a story, and you ain't never. You just like, I want y'all to mend it. Yeah, and that's it.
Yeah, because it's just like, you made mistakes, I made mistakes. I don't care nothing about none of that. I just want us to be able to one day sit at the table all together, and it's just fine.
Woo, child.
But
I admire the people that can sit at the table together.
Me too.
Like, how y'all do that? But sitting at the table means everybody took accountability for their actions.
Yes.
And if you can't sit at the table without sneering at the other parent or saying the other parent did this or the other parent did that, or then that's going to forever be an issue.
Mm-hmm.
Your kids, I know this for a fact. Your kids are watching you. Your children are watching you, whether they little or an adult. They watch our actions. And I know that my children became all right with our situation, wherever it was, because I got all right. They would have never been okay if I wasn't okay. But because I was okay, it was like, oh, she okay. We can kind of relax. We can kind of, you know, move easy with this situation. And now, but even with that, you never know what type of trauma a child is holding.
You really don't. You really don't. And it affects the children differently. You
Yeah,
just have no clue.
you never know what type of
It's
trauma
just
they're
like
holding.
I held a lot even from my parents getting divorced, between that and certain situations that my mother was in afterwards.
Mm-hmm.
That made me angry at other people.
Mm-hmm.
Like, my mother has been with this man her whole life. She's starting brand new. Certain things she didn't even know how to do because she never had to do it before.
Yeah, yeah. Because he was taking care of her.
Yes, yes.
Hmm.
So it is so much trauma, so much. I want another word other than trauma, and I still haven't been able to come up with one.
That would be a great if we could come up with a different word. It's so much damage.
Yeah.
It's so much damage that people don't know that they do. Parents, there's so much damage that we don't know that we do to our children, and the cycle will continue if we don't correct it.
Yes. If there's no accountability, if you don't, like step back and think about this is my thing, and I try to do this for the most part all the time. It's like just think beyond myself.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? So it's just like, I can't get mad if Jordan didn't tell me Happy Mother's Day if I never made no big deal about it.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? Or you can't get mad if you're not talking to someone and they didn't reach out to you at a certain time. And it's just like, why am I mad? We ain't even cool.
Mm-hmm.
So I can't be mad. You know what I'm saying? Like, oh, so-and-so didn't tell me Happy Mother's Day. Oh, okay.
Mm-hmm.
When last time y'all talked?
Yeah.
Where it's just certain things that just because this calendar day came that it's supposed to mend everything and it's supposed to be perfect for us to socialize and post on social media or whatever else because whoever invented this day.
Mm-hmm.
But I just try to always look at stuff like full circle. This particular situation that I'm still angry about, I have not been able to put myself in his shoes because it was just like, wow, you came at me with information that I know. I know our son's age. So I haven't been able to do a whole 360. So
So you
that's just
usually
what it
try to put
is.
yourself in the other person's shoes to see how they feel, and what
And I even do that with my son.
really.
Yes, because I know that he doesn't process things like how I process things.
Mm-hmm.
And I know sometimes because of how he was raised, it's going to be different for him. It's different when you're the youngest, the oldest, the only child, the middle. Like all of these things play a factor that people don't really realize. And then the other thing that I had to learn too is I'm pretty sure you love both of your kids the same. It's not like you love one more, you love the other one more, but you love them differently because of who they are individual.
Mm-hmm.
But then the kids may look at it like you love one of them more.
Mm-hmm.
When it's just like, no, I love y'all the same, but our connection are different because these are our interests together or whatever it is. You know what I'm saying? Because I always was just like, to this day, it's just like, oh, you was mama's favorite. But you know what? I was her firstborn. I was her baby. I was her baby for 5 years. And because of who I am, I've been grown my whole life that I was like teaching my mama stuff. You know what I'm saying? Like I was the mama for my mama. our bond was just different. So we
Different.
had this friendship, motherly like bond. So it was just different. I
Mm-hmm.
don't necessarily think that it was she loved me more than Tiffany, but Tiffany looks at it like that. But to
Mm.
this day, I'm gonna say I'm both my parents' favorite.
Does Tiffany? Do you feel like she feels some type of um, envious way about it, or she just understand?
I think she understands. I think growing up, she was envious because it would always be like, well, mama did this, but I used to have to explain because she would be like, well, I got my clothes from here and you got them from here. But we are 5 years apart. I'm older in a different setting. So because of the trends and at that age, you want to keep up with it. So
Mm-hmm.
mama did that. Whereas you're younger in third grade, you ain't thinking about you want the new Guess jeans.
Mm-hmm.
So it wasn't like doing more tit for tat, or maybe tit for tat ain't the right thing, but you know what I'm saying? Like making a difference. It's just age wise that things look different where she thought that it was more for me because of that, but it wasn't. I think, but now that she's older and a parent too,
She just
and see
understand
things that she understands it.
because the type of different relationship she had with her kids, she loved them the same, but she has a different
Different.
relationship with each child.
Yep. And
Hmm.
then like growing up, her and my dad was closer and it was me and my mom. But then as we
Really?
got older, and then with Tiffany living with her, that shifted. And it's things
Yeah.
that my mom shared with her that to this day, my mom never shared with me.
Mm-hmm.
I never knew my mom as just a girl.
Hmm. She was always mama.
I knew her as mama, and I knew the certain things that she might not have understood that I could have helped her with. Like, for instance, buying a car. I was with my mama helping her negotiate buy a car. You know,
That's crazy.
but to know like about her dating life or
Mm.
things like
Tiffany
that,
knew about that.
Tiffany, there's conversations that they had that I have no clue about to this day.
Hmm. But you wouldn't have wanted to know about that, would you?
Some stuff I would have liked to know.
Really?
Yeah, some stuff I would have liked to know. See, that's the thing. I want to know about them as a person growing up, but anything after my parents, I don't want to hear nothing about that.
Mm-hmm.
Like, if
So you said she knew about the dating. Tiffany knew about when she dated before your father.
yes.
Oh,
Mm-hmm.
that's what I thought you was talking about
Oh no,
after.
after I'm pretty sure that they had those conversations, but I don't want to know nothing about that. My daddy was it, and my mama was it. Period.
Ah, so Tiffany knew stories on younger dating stories that you just didn't, that you're not aware of.
Yes.
That makes sense.
Yeah. So
Because she
she,
lived with her, so they probably had intimate
yeah. So
conversations
she
and
got
then.
a different, yeah. And then
Mm-hmm.
when you get older, and there's certain conversations that you want to ask and learn about versus from when, like, my mom ain't gonna be talking about that kind of stuff when I'm 18. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
It's just
yeah,
conversations shift as your children get older.
yeah,
Because
yeah.
I mean, me and my son, we done had some conversations that
Mhm.
I don't know.
You know, my mama conversation shifted. She talked about anything with all of
Yes,
us.
yes.
She definitely matured those conversations like
Real quick.
real quick. I was like, I don't think I want to hear
There's
that.
certain things that I still have just like that. I know more about with your mom than my own parents.
Really?
Yes.
Because you spent time talking to her when we weren't even around.
Yes. I love talking to her. I love talking to
She
her.
had no shame in her game when it came to mature conversations
No, she
with us.
didn't.
Yeah.
And she did not hold back
Yeah.
at all.
I'm glad, but you know what? She didn't hold back on that, but I feel like she held, no, well, she didn't really hold back. I was gonna say I feel like she held back on um giving me the real when it came to marriage. And maybe it's because maybe she didn't know, maybe, and I'm not saying that they didn't have issues at any point, but the in-depth talks of, they say for better for worse, and worse is gonna come and all that, but really, what is worse? I wish she would have went more into that rather than letting me experience some things. And not saying I wouldn't have experienced it anyway, but just to know, like, I feel like I'm having more in-depth conversations with my kids on what worse can be, because worse is not always what you think it is, but what worse can be. And I wish that she and my father actually would have talk more about marriage before I made the decision to get married like that. But I believe it was supposed to happen the way it did, but because she, like I said, after I was an adult, was married, she definitely was having, talks like, with us. But I just wish that it was more that I knew about marriage than and when they got married, she was 19. So and the times was different, and the men were different.
Everything.
Everything was different. So probably she probably couldn't tell me, because the people, my family from that generation that was married, they all stayed married, still married to this day, and stayed married a long time. All of their children, the next generation, most of us are divorced. Most of them, So I don't know if they could have given us, the guidance or advice of what they dealt with or what they went through, but you know, it is what it is. We go back to this generation now. I'm telling my kids the real, like, hey, hey, hey.
I'm telling you, I be telling my son, like, you be a friend, take time, get to know a person.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
I told you, he told me I was a hypocrite
You did tell me that.
because I was like, I'm not doing that. I'm telling you what to do.
You're not gonna be a friend,
girl. I'm be like, hey, girl, we signed our marriage license yesterday.
I'm cracking up. Takesha, are you serious? I'm cracking up. If you do that, I'm gonna be like, girl, okay, I support you as a friend. Like, you sure?
You sure about that?
You sure you want to do that? Girl, you sure? Mm-mm. What's funny though is, people will get married now, and I think marriage is a beautiful thing. I do. I have no interest in doing it, but I think it's a beautiful thing. But now when I'll meet people, not meet, but people that I know that have been married for a while, they'll be like, "Why you ain't tell me?" Like, why? And I'm like, tell you what? Tell you what? Like,
look, tell you the same thing that you wanted your mama to tell you.
Exactly. But I have told, I think I told you on this podcast before, I have told two people, and one specifically that was getting ready to get married, and I was like, I do not think you should marry him. And I told her why, and she went ahead and married him, and I was like, and sure enough, within 6 months, that it was terrible. He was terrible to her. I don't know. I let people have their experience, unless it's somebody that I feel like is going to receive what I'm saying. I'm not going to, but I'm definitely not going to allow my kids, if I know and God give me a discernment to say this right here is not what you should be doing, I am going to tell them. Now, I'm not one of them people that's going to be like, I'm not going to talk to you no more if you do. I'm not going to do that, because I'm always going to be there, because I got to be a protector if you decide to do this. So you're going to need somebody to come to. But that's what I could thank my mother for, because even though she didn't really have the marriage talk with me in depth, when it was over, she was like right there with open arms, like, you gonna be good. You good. And every time she saw me, it was like, you looking better. You getting yourself back. And I'll be like, what did I lose? Why didn't you tell me I was losing? But yeah. Mm-hmm. I can't tell people about marriage because, a lot of people be faking.
Yeah.
And y'all want to appear like it's good instead of being honest. And you could be honest and stay to help somebody else while you helping yourself. And I think that's what, we as our generation should do. Like, be honest about how hard it is. A lot of people say it's not hard. It's hard. It's hard, especially if you've been living by yourself, taking care of yourself. And because we live in a patriarchal society, and people have the wrong definition of what submissive mean and what a leader mean, and what, especially if you marry somebody that's a church dude. Sorry, but
I didn't see that coming.
I'm saying,
Let me say this though. This don't have nothing to do with that, and we coming on a close. But it's funny how Like, I just think about how we were in a hotel and me and Jordan shared a room, and I'm very particular.
Yeah.
And I was just like,
Was you irritated? Yeah. You got somebody's space and energy with you all the
all the
time.
time.
All the
Cause
time.
I'm like, I want to be like, so you gonna leave your clothes right there? Like, they on your side, I get it, but you gonna leave them right there? But I was just like, girl, this is not a battle. You know what I'm saying? Like, pick and choose.
Yeah,
This
pick
is
and
one.
choose,
I was just
yeah.
like, just excuse me, just because you need and you got everything packed and then you got
Yeah.
clothes for your space for your dirty clothes, like, let him live. But I was like,
did you think about it?
yeah, I did.
Yeah. And that ain't even the worst thing. It's
Yeah.
like, but like I said, if he having a bad day and you like, hey, you trying to be sweet and you need, and they snap at you have to literally learn how to
Cohabitate.
with someone. And it can be done, but it got to be done with the right person.
Mm-hmm.
It can be done. So,
It'll definitely need to take the right person for me because I'm super sensitive. He ain't speak to me today.
And me, I'll be like, don't speak to me today. I love. Somebody asked me the other day, like, your daughter getting ready to go away. You really about to be empty nester? Like, are you ready? How you gonna feel? I'm gonna be like, I'm gonna love living by myself, and not that I ain't gonna miss my kids. I know I'm gonna miss her, but I absolutely believe that I'm going to enjoy living alone.
I enjoy my alone time, my space. Like, I love all of that. I just do not like. I just want to do what married people do.
On that note, because we're about to start a whole nother conversation that we can start next week. She said, I want to do what married people do. I get it, friend. I get it.
Like, he can live next door. But when it's time to go to bed, can we?
I'm cracking
I'm tired
up.
of my stuffed animals at 50.
I'm cracking up.
I just want to do what married people do.
Oh, God. You like it's been too long.
Yes.
Listen, I want to do what married people do, but I want to do it with the right person. Because when I think back, I'll be like,
yeah, let's not open this up.
Okay.
Because I feel you on that.
You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
Girl, for real. Like,
I never did share my view about the Michael Jackson movie, though.
You didn't.
I definitely, and I wrote about this, I definitely felt like for me, it was spiritual with thinking about actions having consequences. That's what the movie did for me. Because I felt like if I knew nothing about him and was just watching this movie, I could see the fear that he had with his dad.
Mm-hmm.
And to me, it was almost like to the level of idol.
Mm-hmm.
When I think about it from a biblical thing, where it was just like he was so scared of him that it just ran his whole life. And for me, I've never been abused like that, but I've always had this fear with my parents. To like, what are they gonna think? What are they gonna say? So I can only imagine that level when you're dealing with abuse. And that movie didn't even paint the picture on how bad he really was. After now, I've been hearing clips and stuff with him talking and speaking on it.
His father didn't care.
Yeah, so it was just like, wow. But I definitely feel like when he had the opportunity to walk away, he should have walked away. Because when I look at it and I think about that Pepsi part, like that is what made me reflect. Like, this is like the spiritual consequences. Like
Yep.
you've had how we talk about, I believe in signs, and people may not, but I do. So for me, it was just like, this was the ultimate sign. Like if
That you should have been doing
you,
your own, that you should have been walking away.
yes,
Yeah.
yes,
Yeah. Because that from that point of that Pepsi commercial, that started a whole nother path for him of pain. A different
yes,
type of pain.
a different type of pain. Where
Yeah.
I feel like if he just would have ended it there and not even went on that tour,
Yeah.
I believe his life would have looked differently. Like, of course, we don't know, and I can just speculate and say that, but I definitely believe that when we walk these paths, we need to be mindful of everything that's going on, because I truly believe that God is guiding us. But that definitely doesn't mean that no harm is going
To
to
come.
come.
Yes. Absolutely. Yes. Absolutely. And on closing with what I think, unless you have something else, that relationship with his father, um, or how his father was with him, even after the Pepsi commercial, everything how he was, his relation with his father affected every way he was in life, even after he walked away from him. It affected the decisions he made, you know, things that brought him comfort because he didn't have a childhood. Everything affected how his father treated him when he was younger.
Mm-hmm.
Every decision he made after was that. And he got, ridiculed for it because he didn't have the mindset to move away from that trauma. He was trying to find something fulfillment from that trauma for the rest
I
of his
can't
life.
even imagine starting at 5 and this being my life, all
Mm-hmm.
my whole entire life.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? So that had to be a lot. That had to be a lot.
If y'all didn't go see it, go see the movie. If you've seen it, tell us what you think in the comments about what you got out of the movie. What did you see? If you can relate to what we're saying with it, because I have to see it again. I absolutely have to see it again. And the only another thing that I can say, like in real life, not in the movie, the trauma that his father caused, not just to him, but the other siblings, is still causing disarray in the family. And, because he never showed real love to the mother, they don't know how to have real love in their relationships and quarreling and sharing wives and girls. It's just it carries over, and
I didn't know that
you didn't know that part
until like this year with the
yeah.
wife and girlfriend. And I'm like, wait a minute, this was the girl. Like, what is it, cousin, sister, whatever was going
Well,
on with the
the young man that played
Yes, I
him,
did not realize that
yeah,
until afterwards. I
yeah,
was just like,
he's a
wow.
he's a cousin and an uncle to,
Yes.
no, a cousin and a nephew. And that brother did not participate in the movie because, it's just all of the trauma that came from the childhood still carries over.
Yep. The pattern
The
still
pattern
continue.
continues, and if you don't break the cycle, it'll continue. But with my family, with me and my kids, and me and my house, me and my two, I'm breaking that, breaking it. So, whatever it takes. If people don't like it, if it affect anybody else in any type of way where they don't like it, I don't care. I'm breaking the pattern with mine. So, you
Absolutely.
have anything else, friend?
Mm-mm.
On that note, we ask y'all to watch, listen, subscribe, share, tell us what you think, and we'll see y'all next week.